Hi, I thought I'd show you today how I make these poster frame images here. You can see here every MacMost video has got a similar thing where it's got the logo and then the URL, and then it's got the title of the video and then these two captured frames from the video itself. And the reason I do this is because if I don't do it, YouTube just picks a frame from in there, and sometimes it's not something that tells you what's really in the video. So I like to create my own and make sure it has the logo in there and stuff. And I put that there for YouTube to pick up, and then from YouTube I grab it and use it for the posts here on the site too. So I make these using a template in Acorn. So Acorn is something you can get from the Mac App Store, and it's an image editor. And I've got this template here, and I just have it as a little file. I'm going to double click on it and it opens it up. So this is basically a pre-made template, and I have saved it as let's see, if I go in here and I select the file, get information, you can see I've locked it. So I cannot save over it. So what do I do? Well, all I got to do here then to make this into the poster frame for that video is double click in the text here, Command A to select all, and I type the name of this video. So like the next one is change default apps, like that. Or I could copy and paste. If I've just typed it in the description for the post, then I just copy and paste the title there. Now how do I get the little poster frames? Well, what I've done here is you see these blue lines here. I have used those blue lines to set up these guides here. So this top left corner, the intersection of these two lines, and the top left corner here, the intersection of these two lines, is exactly where I want to put poster frames. And these little spaces in here are sized exactly for 1280 by 720 images, which is exactly the size of the the video that I'm posting as a podcast. So that's here. I've got this little MP4. I'm going to double click it and it opens it up in QuickTime Player. So this is already 1280 by 720. So I don't have to do anything to the image size. Then all I got to do is kind of move my cursor in there to find something I think is interesting that represents what's in the video, and I just copy. So if you look, you can see edit copy, or I just do Command C, and what that does is it pulls this image from that frame in the video. And that in and of itself is very useful for lots of things. But now all I have to do is switch to Acorn. I paste, and now I get this thing right here. Now because of the way I've done the layers, it's always going to paste underneath this little play button I've made. So this little graphic here I put of a play button. So I just drag it until it clicks into place with these guides here. Then I switch back to QuickTime again. I grab something else, like let's say that. I copy, I go over here and I paste again, and now I drag it again, and it will lock right there to that corner, and I'm done. So at this point I can't save. If I hit save, it's going to say can't save it because it's locked. So I do Command Shift S, which is the equivalent here to save as, you can see in Acorn, and I save it. I'll just do temp here. I've already saved it. I would name it normally with my naming thing, but I'm just going to call it temp, and then also that's going to save it in Acorn format. So these things are still elements. To send it to YouTube and use it, I'm actually going to do web export, which I do this keyboard shortcut normally, and here in the web export I'm changed the width to 1920. So this whole thing is actually even bigger than 1920, but I'm saving it to 1920 by 1080, which is the size of the YouTube video. So it's going to be perfect poster frame for the YouTube video. And then I hit return. It'll save as .jpeg rather than the .acorn. And now I've got my file there. And when I upload to YouTube, I say, hey, I want to use this as the poster frame. And there we go. That's how I create it. YouTube then converts it to a bunch of different sizes, of which I then pull from for posting it to MacMost's.com. But I do have this image here saved in case I want to use it for something else. And that's how I create the poster frames. Just this handy technique of creating this template, locking it so I can't accidentally erase it, and then using it over and over and over again with just a different title and two copied and pasted frames from the video. The whole thing's built just to make it really quick and simple and easy for me, and I can do it in usually 15 seconds when I'm doing it for real.